Wayne, the old Indiana farm boy. Hey, we got mail. We got some parts in, and we'll see what we got, and we'll see which tractor we'll start working on first. We've got several to work on. We've got the UB Moline 1953. We got it to a lot of little gaskets and things to change on it. I'm going to do the conversion there on the spin-on oil filter. And also we've got the Super 55 out there. It developed a leak there in the radiator. I don't know if it's the hose or the radiator itself. Either way, I think we'll have that done and go through that whole system, probably even changing out the water pump or having it rebuilt on that too as well, and thermostat and all that to get it up, the water on that all up in good shape for this winter. And we also got to adjust the PTO on that and fix up a few things there, put some gauges in it, add on that too. Of course, we got the old 302, want to get on that right away, get that going. Got some parts coming in from Charlie Byer over there at BoleneParts.com over in Pennsylvania. Got that stuff coming in from him. I believe this probably comes from Eggco, and this was from Steiner's. So we'll see what we got here, and we'll see which tractor we got parts for. We can go ahead and start getting things accomplished. Let's open the one from Steiner's first. Always like to open theirs. They always got those little cowtails in them. Let's see here. They got that one stapled up and everything. They didn't want anything to get away. Did a real good job packaging. Alrighty. There's our new catalog for 2026. Oh, there's the boot. That goes on the UB. Condenser. Aha, cat cowtails. I believe I have the gauges here. I believe I got my gauges. Let's see what it says on the, ooh, another cowtail. Can't have too many of those. Thank you card. Alrighty. Got an amp meter. I needed that. That's for the Super 77. Amp meter. This is for the ZB fuel cap. I may have checked that amp meter may be for the UB as well. Water temperature gauge. There it is. Alrighty. Okay. I've checked my numbers. I've ordered some parts for different tractors. I don't know which one I've got for which way. Okay, this is the water temperature gauge. This is for the Moline. I will mark that for the Moline now. Got the MM. Duh. Mark that for the ZB. Okay, and I know that's for the ZB. This may all be for the ZB. Points of condenser. Okay. Our boot, that's for the ZB. Okay. I believe this is all for the ZB. Pretty handy, empty box. Oh, that was a fuel cap, so I got the fuel cap out of. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yep. Let's see here. Got what I got. Got my amp meter, ignition points, condenser, rubber boot, fuel cap. Got my calendar. And got my, everything's there. Okay, this is all for the ZB. Okay. See what I got over here? This package. Now I got more packages coming in this week. Stuff coming in from Charlie over there in Pennsylvania for Moline. Both Molines. The U302 as well as the ZB. Gaskets. Got a governor coming in for the U302. Alrighty. Oh, my radiator hoses, and these are for the Super 55. Radiator hoses. There we go. Well, still waiting on a lot of parts for the ZB. I think we'll get started on the Super 55. Make that happen first. This is some All-State egg parts. Alrighty. Alrighty. Well, we got something to work with now. I'll get the tractors moved around and I'll bring you back. Okay, well, my goal was to get the Super 55 of my son's done. It's been in the shop there for months. He hadn't even worked on it in several months. So I don't have much room other than the garage where I normally keep my truck. So what we'll do is move the U302. I had it in there to work on, but I really need the gantry and the engine hoist there to take the front end loose on it so I can get into that governor on it. So this is a tractor I use a lot, so I want to get the water figured out on it, get this system all going, get this figured out, and get it, the thermostat and radiator hoses and the radiator itself, get that all checked out, water pump, make sure everything is ready to go for a good while yet. So we'll move the U302 out, put the Super 55 in there, and that'll give me time too I've been painting on his tractor a little bit, his Super 55. Been painting on it, so I'll get it to where I can roll it and actually get it out of the shop then, since he's got so many irons in the fire right now. They got my 6th granddaughter just lately. She's only 3 months old now. My 6th granddaughter, she was the tiebreaker. I got 5 grandsons and now 6 granddaughters. So what we'll do is move this 55 over there where I had the 302 and work on the 302 in there. I won't need any engine hoist or anything for this, so I can get everything changed out. I'm going to take this back apart, take the gas tank out of it, so I can get in there easy to get these gauges on this one figured out, and make sure the wiring's correct on it, and just get this up to running snuff. For it's really a dandy little tractor anyway. But really make sure it's going to hold up. I don't want to get the engine too hot by having a leaky radiator or hose or whatever it is. So I'll take it over there, take it apart, move the 302 out, move this in, bring the 302 over here, keep it under the shed. It runs good too. Just doesn't have a radiator on it right now. I got the radiator fixed for my boy's Super 55 and on the 302, but before I put the radiator back on, I've got to get in there and change that governor out on the front of it. So we'll move this one around. All these 55s and the 550s, they just start right up. I've got gauges coming for this, and oil gauge works pretty good. It is a new amp meter. I do have a water temperature gauge coming and a new tachometer coming for the tractor. Having a gas tank out of the way, it makes it a whole lot easier to work on that area. And it gives me something to do as well. I drove this into church again yesterday. Oops, I'm doing spray now, so it's getting worse. I don't know if it's just a hose or if it is the radiator itself. We'll take it apart and soon find out which way we're going. Get here. There you can kind of see the antifreeze I put in it. Okay, we'll get the U302 moved out, bring the Super 55 in, and parts for all the Super 55 and everything should come in this week. Here's one of those quick connects like I put on the other 5550 the other day. Oops. And that snaps in. Makes it easy. What we got to do here, we have to use the gantry to hold the front of the tractor up. So we have to remove these 6 bolts here. Got to undo the hydraulic line. These 6 bolts here, and I'll use the engine hoist for that. We'll move this forward. That moves the power steering, all the unit here. That'll be forward away from the engine, because right in here is where the governor sets. I'll have to pull this bolt out, move this pulley off, remove the fan belts, get this plate off. There's a seal in this plate, and then there's a bolt in there that you take out, and then you take that snap ring, and the governor all comes out. So then we put the new governor on there. And also on the side here you have the fork that actually runs the carburetor. But you can see it in there. This is the fork. We'll have to pull this out, check the bushings on it, make sure they're okay. Undo this spring. You can see all that right there. This spring here, and this is that fork. This has to come out so we can take the governor out and then put it back in and we get the new governor in. That's what we got to do on this, and then we can start putting it back together. Have to check though, I do have some water getting into the crankcase, so we got to find out what's happening there. Charlie over there at MolineParts.com, he's sending me a whole gasket set so I can get in and find out what's going on. As you can tell, these heads, they've been worked on. They're different colored. I don't know if they've got a leak there or at the bottom here of the cylinder blocks. We got a water leak somewhere. And it could be, I think there's a little pipe here that connects these two. It's not like the old Molines that had the water jacket on the outside of it here. It has a little place right up here, a little thing with 2 O-rings, little pipe that's in there tying those together to give up the water to keep it cooled down. So we'll see what's going on there. Might even take the side plate off. May even have to though to see what's going on. I got the stuff to tune the engine up and everything yet, because while I got it apart, that's the time to do all that, because as you can see, that's pretty cramped in there to get in there to set your points and everything. Well, I got the hoods and everything off too. I'll be taking some of this other sheet metal off, and we'll be painting and redecaling it. Got 2 dealer labels here. This is out of Wisconsin, Grafton, Luber-Bros Implement Company, Sales and Service, Grafton, Wisconsin. There's another one under that I can't make out. I'm going to try to preserve this as I paint it, but we'll go ahead and make it look, you know, as good as we can. These are good old tractors. These old Molines and Olivers, Cockshuts, they're all good old tractors. I like them all. That's my trouble. Well, we'll fire up this old Moline here and move it out. Also got a new seat to put on this tractor. Somebody put this lawnmower seat on there. It works. A little throttle there. Look at that. Fuck right up. Soft and stiff. Fired up a second ago. Now you can see why I need to put a governor in there. It just wants to run away, and that's not good on these engines. That lower gear. May not go underneath the overhang there. We'll just have to see. If it doesn't, we'll move it out somewhere else. I believe it. This will go. Alrighty, got it in under roof. We'll get the Super 55 put in, and we'll commence to working. I could have put that in a little further. I might do that anyway. Seems like this is the main project I want to get done, this U302, but everything's been happening. It just keeps getting put back on the back burner. I am collecting parts, getting things done. Like I said, I got the radiator done. Got parts coming from Charlie Byer over there at molinparts.com. And just want to get her done. I thought I would have it done by now, but other projects have popped up, and that's where we're at. All right, we'll move the old 55 in there. And we'll start taking the sheet metal off this so we can get in there through the gas tank and all right, well, we got it in where we can work on it. There's the front end of the U302. I had planned on getting it going. This has been a pretty handy little tractor. I've got the bushings too. We'll rebuild the seat. It doesn't have a any bling to it anymore. I got new bushings. I've got the new boot here, the shock absorber, got it. Bushings are wore out, you can see here. Got those new ones. We'll get those in. Get the seat off, get it all painted up, make it happen. That, we'll find out what's leaking up here. And while I've got the hood off, checking the gauges, I think we'll probably pop the valve cover, and we'll also redo the valves on it, make sure they're set right. And here we have my son's Super 55. It's been here way too long. I think what I'll end up doing, I have to have a gantry here and the engine hoist here to work on that 302. So I think I'll cobble this back together best I can and get it ready to roll it and roll it outside. And that's about all I can do. We've got a lot of, it's just completely tore apart. Should have been done a long time ago, but we just, one thing after another. 4-H fairs, another granddaughter. He's got, had to drill a well. He's had one thing after another on his plate too, so he's had a time. So, but we have to get this out so I can get my U302 in here. So we'll get it where we can roll it, make it happen. We had planned on having this done months ago. Just didn't work out. Okay. Yeah, life keeps getting in the way. So what I'll do first, I'll unhook the muffler clamps here, and we'll get this hood off. Then we'll start taking the front off here. 2 screws here, and this to pop off. And that gets me into some screws here. I get the front grill off. These bolts hold the front end on the radiator in place. And I can get to that and get the hoses changed out. And while we're at it, pull the gas tank off, pull the battery out of it, gas tank off. That way I can get into the gauges. We'll get this front end done, and then we'll worry about the seat and get that done. Alrighty. See about getting my 7/16. Have to drop the nut. Oh yeah. That's where I get my exercise, dropping things. Up my physique. I don't know, I may paint this hood again since it's had it all wrinkled up. Where'd that go? That's handy. I don't know where that nut went. It went someplace. Well, if it didn't show up, we always wish it had. Alrighty. I need a 9/16 here. Lift our clamp off. Remove the feed tap. And see if she'll come over now. Put that on there. I use some of that Murphy's tire lube around that. Went on pretty good. May have to go get a little bit of that and put on it right now. See if it helps it. A little of that Murphy scoop. Did it help? Look at that. Hung on that side. these off. Peel back on. We'll take the battery out now. If you recall on the last video on that Super 50, on that 550, I had it rigged up about the same way to do on this one. Got that little sliding tray that makes it handy to get the batteries in and out. Oliver was always kind of ahead of the game. I think on a previous video it showed that little fuel tank on these. This is a gas tractor, but they've got a little place in the front there, and that's for the return line for the diesel. So they must use the same tank on gas and diesel. Loose this little carry bolts up. First had to drop it. Alrighty. The door slammed shut. Pull it open. But it is October, Halloween. I'm sure it's the wind. But if it wasn't, that's what we should have been. Okay. Those quick connects really make it handy. Weed seed in here. Okay. This has got a good little bit of fuel left in it. I'll take the line loose and we'll get in there and get that out of the way. Line is loose. I can find the right socket. Okay, just put some gas in the old 550. Seeing as how we just got it repaired. Sediment bulb fixed where it's not leaking now. I'll put gas in it and I'll get this and start to drain. And put another jug in the U302. And I ordered some new gas jugs off of, it was on Facebook, but they haven't come in yet. So we'll see about that. Okay, I was able to get a hose slipped on the back of that fitting there. Got it running down into the jug. So we'll get this gas tank empty, get it lifted off. And we can get in there and see what we got, if it's the hose or if it's the actual radiator itself. I'm afraid it may be, but I'm pretty well convinced we need to get in there and do something with it anyway. And we need to check out, maybe even be the water pump, but it seems like it's slinging the water out there, around there. And it has happened since I got it winterized, which makes it pretty handy. So we'll find some jugs too. I got some empty jugs around here. We can put the antifreeze in so we can reclaim it. Seems like it's new. Okay. Well, we'll let that drain for a little while, and I'll bring you back. Okay, we got it drained off. Let's see if it'll come off. Wow, look at there. Okay. It's a lot easier to get in there to get to the gauges that I need to change out. I've got water gauge and the oil pressure gauge works. This is a new ammeter gauge. I need to change out the tachometer. It makes that a lot easier. Check the mooring out. Let's see here. I believe it's the radiator. We'll know more when we get this front end apart, get it off, and what we got. Shouldn't be too bad to get apart since I just put it together too long ago. Take the front grill off. I needed to take it off anyway to put the screen back in. And I got in a hurry. Put it together and forgot to put the screen back in. 4 bolts out. Grill will come off. A little bit too warm for a sweatshirt. I just take those out for it again. Must be 3/8 instead of 7/16. There you go. This is 7/16. That's a 1/2 inch socket on there. But that'd be a lesson to you. Alrighty. These old tractors are fairly simple, kind of fun to work on. And when you get done, you got something. Right here in the country, got something you can put a garden in with, or bush hog a lane with, or pick it up, take it to a tractor puller aid, or whatever. A lot of fun. Okay, looks like those are 9/16. Down there, that takes it off the front of the tractor. These two, what hooks the radiator to it. I guess we're at the point now where we need to start draining. Let me go ahead and take the grill off, all the rest of the grill off of it though. We'll do that just for fun. 4 bolts here is what holds the radiator to the grill. These 2 bolts here, those 3 I just took off the front on top here, is what holds the grill actually to the tractor. Okay, this nut, got that nut off. Put that on the other side, and the grill should slide off then. Ooh, I'll wake you up. Almost see down in there. Almost. The 5/8, that was 11/16 inside. And there it is. Okay. Pretty handy. Look at all that weeds and stuff come out from the bush hogging season. And there she is. There you can kind of see, this is how the air cleaner gets its air. Got this little screen here. Goes through the tube down into the air cleaner. Well, we'll get the water draining and we'll go from there. I'll bring you back after we do that. And that may be even tomorrow sometime. I've got to go to town, get some stuff for the church, and we'll go from there. Okay. You can kind of see where it's all wet here along the bottom. I believe it is radiator. I also have to undo this clamp on the air cleaner because there's a little tab here that this slips under, and that's what holds it in place and helps hold the radiator as well. So we'll loosen that up. Here now you can see the little tab that your clamp goes underneath and holds this down on there. That's what that little tab's for. Keeps that on. Come right off. Now all I gotta do is undo the hoses, and we can get the radiator off of it. Got it drained down. It leaked quite a little bit. So we'll get this hose down here loose off the radiator. Get this one off the radiator. Get that down to Bob's Radiator Shop down in Bloomington, and we'll get it repaired. I'll check out the water pump. Probably put that in the thermostat on it. You can see here, this is where the front grill, where it bolted down to. Here, and over there. And that's what holds the grill on. And then the grill is held onto with the two bolts down here at the bottom. And then that holds the radiator in place too, the grill does. Well, that's about all I got for you today. Get back on it here. Got another project. A friend of mine, good brother in Christ, he brought me a John Deere A to work on. He's having a little carburetor or fuel trouble. We got to check that out and see what's going on there. Well, that'll be all for now. Hey, if we get back on this, I'll be making some more videos. Probably even make a video on that John Deere. So please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you later. Bye now.